So I was on YouTube and guess what popped up on my timeline? This game right here called The Division Heartland, guys. And I don't know if you're like me, but I was very excited for this game. And it was a game that I was expecting to come out. It did it. It didn't come out. They ended up canceling it. We're gonna go back and watch what we could have had. This is the Division Heartland deep dive.
Hey everyone, we're so excited to show
And
you
this
Heartland,
this area
an
just looks
all-new
really cool,
standalone
right?
Adventure in the Division
Thunderstorms.
universe. The teams poured their heart into this game, and we can't wait to share it with you. Welcome to Silver Creek.
Man, I wanted to go to Silver Creek, guys. Let me know in the
Heartland's
comments.
A free-to-play survival action shooter set in the Division universe that features streamlined survival game.
Free-to-play survival action shooter. PvEVP. They had a PvE portion. Nighttime turned to PvP. Man, when I look at this, a tear goes down my eye. You guys know, but this definitely was a game that I was very disappointed when this one got canceled. Out of everything, this one right here kind of hurt.
Set in the Division universe that features streamlined survival gameplay and a beautiful new world to explore.
That's
filled with
why I
dynamic
look good.
PvEVP gameplay. In Heartland, you play as a Division agent, given the task of protecting Silver Creek, a small town in Middle America. It's
Melee
your job
weapons.
to keep the town safe from enemy factions, rogue agents, and a deadly contamination.
Those melee weapons look so
Heartland
cool.
explores what happened to small town America when the green poison was unleashed on the world. While major metropolitan centers got aid from agencies like Sarah in the Division, what help did the Heartland get? This game ties directly into the timeline and introduces all new characters and storylines to the franchise.
Red Storm.
I'm Keith Evans, creative director in Heartland at Red Storm Entertainment.
For all of you guys who don't know, maybe you're new to the Division, Red Storm was actually a big part of the PvP in Division 1. And then obviously they helped launch Division 2. Kind of why I think we never really got any conflict maps after they left, because that was kind of like, I guess, their specialty. But we've never gotten anything. Since they've been off of the project for Division 2 and they went to work on other Ubisoft projects, we really didn't get any updates for Countdown, like as a whole, like no new maps, no new nothing. And maybe that's why we never got any other modes, right? Because that was kind of their bread and butter. Who knows, though?
Hi, I'm Taylor Epperly. I'm the Associate Game Director on Heartland. I'm really excited for folks to see what the world of the Division looks like in small-town America.
Hi, I'm Carrie Bland, community developer on Heartland, and I can't wait for our players to see all the hard work and dedication the team has put in. We've spent a year in closed tests building on the experience, responding to the feedback we received, and have evolved towards a truly unique and exciting take on survival PvEVP gameplay.
Heartland launches with a robust experience for players on day one. The player's
Hold on,
first
hold on.
task is
Did you guys notice this? Look at the shirt she has on. Tom Clancy's Division Last Stand. Because I'm pretty sure they're the ones that helped launch that. They're a big part of the PvP community as a whole. And maybe the reason why we never got another game mode, like I said, for the Division 2. Because they were actually working on other projects like the Division Heartland, which actually got canceled.
Heartland launches with a robust experience for players on day one. The player's first task is to help Mackenzie Reed get Silver Creek's base of operations back up and running. Players will be tasked with completing a set of missions and projects, all focused on the goals of exploring the town and gathering the supplies necessary to help prepare the base of operations. Every mission completed gives players the tools and strength necessary to survive.
Silver Creek is a hostile environment filled with deadly contamination, roaming enemy hordes, and the looming threat of sickness and dehydration. Players will have to be prepared if they hope to survive a full day in the town.
As day turns to night, Silver Creek is sent into high alert. The survival threat increases, and dangerous PvEVP from rogue players and AI is introduced. Night is a deadly sandbox filled with unexpected threats, but there is that constant carrot of great rewards.
Man, I was so excited for that.
As players progress, they unlock the ability to select one of 3 active classes. Every class brings something unique to the table, from the survivalist ability to highlight loot behind walls, to the weapons expert ability to craft and deploy an assault turret. Combining these classes...
So something I want to show you guys is, if you guys noticed, there was only... Oh, hold on, let me go.
...to highlight loot behind walls, to the weapon...
There was only 3 classes, but with any free-to-play, I bet you this would have got expanded upon. So we probably would have had a weapons expert, medic, and a survivalist, and then later on, They could add new classes, new characters, and stuff like that.
Expert ability to craft and deploy an assault turret. Combining these classes in a squad helps you overcome Silver Creek's toughest challenges.
Where one teammate might be falling behind, you really want to make sure that you're picking up that weight. Talking together and working as a true unit is the best way to make sure you're successful in Silver Creek.
That map looks so good right there. If you saw that, just look at this environment. Like going down these streets, like at nighttime, this game really excelled. The lighting, the mechanics overall, I thought were really well done. I can't really talk too much about it, but I honestly, I think it would have done well. Look at this. You got this like climb up here, come across, so you can get up through here. So yeah, definitely different. There was different multiple levels, right? So you can go into buildings. I want to say a lot of the buildings you could go into and then get on the rooftops, which gave you another advantage or like another way to attack opposing team or take out the factions out there.
Creek.
Heartland features a deadly and unpredictable contamination that makes every trip into Silver Creek unique.
To help you in your journey, you'll be able to fabricate supplies, prepare your go bag for each new day, making sure you can achieve even the toughest goals.
The contamination.
So if you notice, the loadout wasn't that crazy though. So it was pretty basic. You had your weapon, you had your armor, gloves. So your armor and gloves were kind of, if you notice, some of the pieces have like the blue pieces, the status weapon switching 15%, reload speed 15%. So they would give you, they had different stats on them. There wasn't any crazy talents or anything like that, but it was very basic. So it was a game that even casuals could get into and pick it up very smoothly. And then there was mods that would improve those things. You see, some of the armors allow you to add mods, right? See, you could have 2 mods on this green piece. You can add a mod here. So you could craft those mods and stuff like that.
The contamination shapes the areas of the map that are easily accessible, and using a filter protects agents from the contamination, but the filter depletes pretty quickly inside the contaminated areas. So depending on how many filters you have on hand, you might decide to head into a contaminated area and get some loot that other folks passed up.
And there you go. Look, take a look. So if you look here, there's different color. There's superior, so purple, green, blue. I think there was gold too. Yeah, there was gold for sure. You could get water out of here. You can loot, open your go bag. You can deconstruct it. But yeah, so as you went out there, you kind of wanted to go out there and try to get those talents or those abilities.
Also, the ever-present threat of dehydration. Dehydration can slow you down, so you really have to keep an eye out for fresh, non-contaminated water when you're out in Silver Creek.
Try to be as prepared as possible. You're gonna want to set yourself up for success out there. But if you do find yourself a little underprepared, hopefully you have a teammate that'll let you crawl inside their backpack. Who knows, maybe they have juice boxes in there.
In Silver Creek, Shade Agents are using the rocket rink and abandoned roller skating rink as their base of operations. For the first time in the division, the entire base of operations is a shared space. You can socialize, form a group, customize your character, and prep for your next operation.
So I think this is how they were gonna make money in the game. A lot of you guys are like, well, how do you make money on a free-to-play game? Well, following the other
operation. Each session begins.
Oh, come on, it's got to be here, huh? So you had like a little, you see these tickets you could have here. They had a battle pass, and then obviously you're gonna want to unlock these things, right? So you can earn that by doing different things. And then obviously, you had a battle pass. So customization was gonna be huge in this game. Not your physical character you couldn't customize, like you couldn't change their face or anything, but you could change everything else on them to make them look really unique.
Customize your character and prep for your next operation. Each session begins and ends in the base of operations, and you'll be talking to Carmelita.
So this map was actually massive, by the way. Take a look at this. I thought this was such a great map. Look, each of these are entry points, so you could come in, right? So you would select your entry point, and then it would drop you off in different areas, as long as you had the areas unlocked. But I want to say all of these areas looked a little bit different. Like some of these look like it was just being built up. You had like kind of like the open area here, the city. So for me, I felt like it was a little bit of everything that would keep people engaged. But having these multiple drop zones reminded me so much of survival, right? And then obviously later on you can extract. But yeah, so that was actually pretty cool. So these were your entry points that you could get into the game.
of operations, and you'll be talking to Carmelita, Kevin, and Mackenzie quite often.
Each time players exfiltrate back to their base of operations, they take the materials and gear they've collected and store it in their personal armory to help them prepare for future days in the town.
When you're going up against rogue agents, you kind of get into a bit of a cat or mouse situation. For me, I'm definitely more of a mouse. You don't have to worry about rogue agents if they can't see you.
There's a couple different strategies you can use against rogue players. I love using Heartland's class skills to set up ambushes, coordinating with my teammates to make sure we're repairing our armor as needed. And then when the shooting's done, I love looking through their loot and taking all the good stuff.
So if you notice, the weapons had preset talents. Let me show you real quick. When they're looking at this one, like the CTAR, it's a gold weapon. If you notice, so the same type of weapon, right? What she has on, but they had different talents. So headshot kills, reduce virus exposure, breaking enemies' armor gives you armor kit. So there weren't more damage, so the damage was kind of balanced, and I think that's what the Division has been missing for a long time. Division 2 PvP, Division 1 PvP, it never really is balanced as a whole, right? It's always one that's way harder. But this gave that balance because they could balance the weapons and the damage themselves because they didn't have some crazy talents. And it was more about just hitting your headshots and stuff like that to drop other players. And then obviously maybe armor thief, breaking an enemy's armor gives you an armor kit. So that means you can survive a little bit longer because now you have an armor kit. Headshot kills reduce virus exposure for your team. So different things like that just to help. It was more passive weapon talents than versus like anything pretty crazy where it's like you're gonna get insane amount of damage, right? Like in sync, if you have a turret hitting damage, you do more damage with your weapon. Just same thing, same concept.
And taking all the good stuff.
Heartland will be a living game. The stories we tell on day one are just the beginning. We can't wait for players to dive in and take this journey.
That has to
with
be
us.
so
We're
disappointing,
thrilled
man.
to take the next step as we enter our testing phase. Our community team will be looking at feedback
I
shared
feel like it
across
just took too
social
long.
channels and on our official
Too long to
forums,
drop
while
this,
we
man.
evolve our game together with our community, shaping the long-term Heartland experience.
Just kept
The team
evolving,
is
changing.
committed to creating the best possible experience for our players, and the community is invaluable in helping make that happen.
I really think we've created something that the original survival players will recognize, while also innovating with open world operations, dynamic contamination.
The team here at Red Storm is proud and feel we're really onto something. Heartland feels fresh and distinct while still feeling at home alongside the other amazing games in this universe. Thank you for taking this journey with us. We can't wait to have you join us in Silver Creek.
To me, man, that's the most disappointing thing because they were excited about it. They were passionate about it. The team over Red Storms, I think they had something good, you know, like it was this, X-Defiant. You know, X-Defiant didn't really do well. I honestly think this would have done better. And I got to play it almost a year before what they had, and they already had changed a new build, and I never got to play that one, so I don't know how that one was. I honestly like the new one. When I played it, not the new one, but like the one I got to play, I would say I liked it. I thought it would have been, I thought with some small changes here and there, them evolving the story, upgrading it, changing things, could keep it fresh and people would enjoy it. But, you know, but it is what it is, man. A game to me that I was hoping for would have came out. It didn't, and here we are today. But I've got to know in the comments, were you excited for the Division Heartland, or did you have no interest in it at all? All right, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hey, nothing but skills. I'll take it easy, everybody.